Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Brothers and sisters, I hope everyone's doing well and everybody's staying safe. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep everyone in good health, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this difficulty pass with ease and as quickly as possible. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. So, we missed yesterday. We weren't able to send out a daily reminder yesterday, but we're starting again today, inshallah. So today I wanted to just talk about, again, we're looking at the silver linings, right? Silver linings in this difficulty that we're facing. One of the silver linings that I've been thinking a lot about the different things, and there's many things that inshallah we'll share over the days. Sheikh Junaid will also be sharing, inshallah, over the days, inshallah. And we're going to be taking turns sending out messages to the community, inshallah. I think it's important for you to hear from both of your imams, inshallah. So today the silver lining that I wanted to talk about is, subhanallah, if you think about it, I don't think there's been any time in my life, and for many of us, most of our lives, where so many people at one time are thinking about their vulnerability and thinking about the fact that, you can die any day, and that death is a reality that can touch anyone anytime, right? And now you might think, okay, how is this a silver lining? Of course it's a silver lining, right? This is because, subhanAllah, sometimes we live our lives and we know that this is how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to live our lives in a way that, our death can come tomorrow, right? Our death can come tomorrow. This is, our Prophet has taught us this, that you're supposed to be أكثروا ذكر هادم اللذات, that excessively remember the destroyer of pleasures, يعني الموت, death, right? That always think of the fact that, كل نفس ذائقة الموت, that every soul shall taste death. وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة. كل نفس ذائقة الموت وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة فمن زحزح عن النار وأدخل الجنة فقد فاز. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that every soul shall taste death. وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة, and you will be given your full reward or punishment, right? Recompense on the day of judgment. فمن زحزح عن النار, whoever saved from the fire, whoever goes into Jannah, this person is successful. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in the Quran, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us that, excessively remember your death. Why? Live as if you don't know if you're going to live the next day, right? And this is how we're supposed to be, but sometimes we forget that. And so this is a little bit of kind of recalibration. We're being recalibrated that, hey, just as, subhanAllah, we think of it, and the fear, for some, the fear is there, the fear is very strong, and so on, but we are supposed to always be like this. We're always supposed to be thinking about our death, right? Rasulullah says some very famous hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, he comes to Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, he holds him by the shoulder, and this was the habit of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I like saying this every time I say this hadith, that he would touch the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. He holds his shoulder, and when you hold someone, when you have that physical touch, and this is something that, subhanAllah, we are all missing right now, right? But when you hold someone, right? A Prophet would hold the Sahaba. Sometimes he'd hold their hands. Sometimes he'd touch them on the shoulders. Sometimes he'd put his hand on their chest, right? And just that physical touch. Rasulullah holds Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhuma by the shoulder, and he says, كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب وعابر سبيل. Live in this world as if you are a stranger or you are just a traveler. You don't really belong here. You're not expected to stay here forever. Don't live as if you're going to stay here forever. Always think to yourself that, my death can come anytime. And Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, when he used to relate this hadith, relate this narration of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to add his own advice, and he used to say, "Kun fi dunya." No, he used to say, "إذا أصبحت فلا تنتظر المساء وإذا أمسيت فلا تنتظر الصباح وخذ من صحتك لمرضك ومن حياتك لموتك." He says that when you find yourself in the morning, you've woken up in the morning, don't expect to live until the evening. Live as if it's your last day. Live as if it is your last day. And if you find yourself in the evening, don't expect to live till the morning. Live as if it's your last day, right? Always think about your vulnerability, the fact that death can be anywhere. Abdullah ibn Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, right? When they came into Medina and he was sick, Aisha radiallahu anha, she goes to meet him And he says these beautiful words, and this is something that we should all think about. He says, كل امرئ مصبح في أهله والموت أدنى من شراك نعله. He says that everyone spends the morning and they're with family and they're busy and everything is going on. And he says the reality is وَالْمَوْتُ أَدْنَى مِنْ شِرَاكٍ عَلَيْهِ. Death is closer to this person than his own shoelaces, right? So this is the reality. This is how we're supposed to be looking at these things, right? So going back to the hadith, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, he says, you come in the morning, don't expect to live to the evening. Evening, don't expect to live to the morning, right? He says, وَخُذْ مِنْ صِحَّتِكَ لِمَرَضِكَ وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكَ لِمَوْتِكَ. Take from your good health, take advantage of your good health for when you get sick. Make the most of the time that you have, the ability that you have, do the most that you can in the moment, as we spoke about a couple of days ago. And وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكَ لِمَوْتِكَ. Make the most of your life for when your death comes, right? So again, some of us are thinking, this makes us think sometimes, you know what if something happens? May Allah SWT keep everybody with afiyah. May Allah SWT keep us all well. Right? May Allah SWT give everybody a long life, a long productive life of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and of success and happiness and so on. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. But we're thinking, right? Hey, you know what happens if someone gets sick? What happens if my parents get sick? If my wife gets sick? If my husband gets sick? What happens if I get sick? What happens if I go? Am I ready? We're supposed to be thinking like that all the time. So this is, I really believe that this is a silver lining, and it's something that we should ponder upon, right? And again, in these moments, last few seconds, I just, these moments. Now we're at home, many of us are not coming to the masjid. Make your home, make it come alive with the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right now we have to attract the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Fill your day with istighfar. Fill your day with the recital of the Quran. Listen to the Quran. Recite the Quran. Right? Spend extra time in salah. Right? Fasting. Give extra sadaqah. Inshallah, we'll talk about this in coming days, inshallah. But give extra sadaqah. Find places where you can give your money. Give charity. Right? As it comes in a hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that giving charity is a means of alleviating the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep everyone safe, stay safe, be productive with your time, stay healthy, and just make sure that you're taking precautions. And take this as a reminder for myself and for everyone. This is a little exercise of how we should always be remembering death. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it possible. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.